Okay, well, I think I've drank all the coolant the tank had to offer. Now I'm just gonna walking around the tank, maybe looking in these bushes. Oh, that's some bush noises, eh? I no iguanas this time. I'm gonna have to come back to my colleagues here. I think I've got. Ed, have you found something for us? Because I'm kind of starving.
Bro, I don't even know, I threw up that iguana, and now I'm just hungry again.
I saw it
And
running away. It was kind of it
he
was
was
kind of funny.
alive. My stomach acid did nothing to that little bastard, and he got up and he got away. So now I'm just I'm back at square one, man. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Well, I mean, maybe we can eat Paul soon, unless he has any objections.
Is he around?
No, I'm not around. I'm not there.
Well, Paul's not around, so I don't know how we're gonna eat him.
I don't know. Maybe we could follow his scent or his foot. Wait, where is he?
I did piss everywhere though, so following my scent won't be much of a problem.
I
Do you
don't
hear?
understand why you
Do
would
you
say
hear
something like that.
Do you hear
Yeah,
some
seriously.
Do you sound like the wind is whistling in a really weird? I don't know. It kind of
It
sounds
sounds
weird.
like the wind is pissing in my ear, and it's just making all these horrible things my brain has to understand.
I just
Yeah,
really want to talk
that
about.
reminds
I just really want to talk about my feet now, just so you guys can stop ignoring me.
Well, if we're
as
all
if
like this, and if everybody's gonna keep cutting me off,
yeah.
I think maybe this is a perfect state to just start talking to the voices in our head again. I mean, it's all we got at this point in this desert,
They're the
so
only
maybe
ones
just
we
start
have.
rambling again. Yep,
We are all collectively alone with each other and the voices in our head.
Well,
correct.
who's the voice? What's the name of the voice in your head?
Oh my god, guys, they added the A10 to War Thunder finally. Holy
Yo, they
shit,
added the A10.
dude.
What a cash
I'm
grab!
so fucking hype. What a cash grab. Wow.
You
I
don't even.
think it's useless,
You
and
don't
I
have.
I don't
dislike
even
it.
play.
You don't even have the F3F Buffalo, or is it a Buffalo?
Nope. No, I don't even play top tier anything. I'm not even in top tier with tanks yet. I'm not even I think 6.3 is the highest I've gotten ever at all with any
Really?
country on ground vehicle. Yeah, I'm a free to play, bro. I'm not a pay to winner. I don't got no money. Well, I mean, I do have money, but I don't throw it at Gaijin
I mean, I've stopped throwing
because they don't
money
fucking deserve it.
I don't. I stopped throwing money at Gaijin a while back.
That's good. I am
used
quite
to.
proud of the fact I have not spent a single penny on War Thunder.
And yet here
Not
you
one.
are, 6.3.
Yeah. I'll have you know that when I first got the game, I immediately I didn't know what golden lions or anything were or
Golden Lions.
golden lions. Yeah,
Golden Lions. He really
or
is free to play. He really is
silver.
poor.
I didn't know what silver eagles were either. No, I didn't know what golden eagles what the whole idea behind it was. So
Yeah.
when I first got the game, I was just a stupid kid. And I realized I was oh, I can boost my research with my golden eagles,
You
whatever
did
these
that
are.
too?
So I spent literally all of them on boosting the 4 or 5 first tanks that I ever
Received.
got. Yeah. So instead of doing any research for them, I just instantly unlocked them through just boosting the research 100%, and I just spent all my golden eagles on that, and now I have none, and I've never gotten any since.
I mean, I remember there was a time where my objective was to win a new vehicle every day until I reached a certain level and
Oh
was
my god, you
oh
crazy person.
god.
Yes, no, I could do that at my height. I have a friend who I was playing it with. His name is Ivan. He can attest that him and I, when at my height of playing War Thunder, when I got back into it and I was playing War Thunder, yeah, man, this was in high school, and this was you'd come home from school and then you would just
that's
for the rest of the day from 4 p.m. to
exactly
10
what was
p.m.
me.
You just played War Thunder, and you could unlock one vehicle a day if you played like that, and I
Yeah.
did.
I used to play
I remember
only
that.
arcade, only exclusively arcade.
I did at the very
Honestly,
beginning, but I learned pretty quickly to play. Actually, not quickly. When I first started playing it, I was only arcade, and then I took a break from it for 3 years, and then I came back to it and was you know what? I want to
3
try something
years.
new. Yeah, I
Fucking 3
was very
years.
on and off. Yeah, I mean,
Jesus.
you could say that I was technically I'm technically speaking a very OG War Thunder player because I the first time I ever played it was a very I think probably 2016 maybe around that
honestly, I
time.
think I'm sharing the
But
same thing with you.
yeah, but then I
started
just didn't touch it for
super
years.
early, took a break.
Yeah,
You took a
and then there was a
you took a break from
huge
War
period.
Thunder, Big Fish? Because
course.
I ever since I've known
Blasphemy!
you,
You stopped playing War Thunder?
no, because
How dare you?
like since
I
20,
know,
I've been
right?
playing that stupid game since 2015. I've
The grind must never
non-stopped
stop.
playing. I can actually look it up because I used to do videos on another channel. Felix, you shut the fuck up about that.
Yeah, no, it's too late. Go CPF team.
And like I remember
He's gonna
recording
ignore
some
it.
of my
Go check it out.
first videos 6 years ago. 6 motherfucking years ago.
6 years ago on War Thunder?
Yes, and
So
ever
that would
since
have
then,
been
I've been playing.
2018. No, 2016.
Yeah, 2016, 2015, around
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
So
I dropped arcade the second I got a proper computer, and then I started playing realistic.
Yeah.
And I mean,
When I-
really, at the peak of my no-lifing years, I got the Type 90 in one day, which is about 390,000 RP, I think.
Sake.
I
wait,
know,
what? The
right?
Type 90 in a day?
Yep. Yep.
Bruh, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Bruh. How did you get to the Type 90? That's my question.
You
I just played the game. Well, yeah, I know you played the fucking game, but
Yeah, but
whatever. Anyway.
honestly,
yeah, I've
I'm
just
not even
never-
sure. I think I was in lockdown, and I had
Oh, well,
nothing
that
better to do for the day, and I was like, I kind of want that thing. So I got that thing, and I was like,
And now it's
wow,
your
I'm
favorite
never
tank in
getting
game.
this day back.
Yeah.
It's your favorite tank now. Like ever.
I
Because
mean,
The
it's
Type
alright.
90?
except with the Type 10. The Type 10 is your favorite tank.
I don't know. I kind of like them. Well, for fun in game, I think they had a. I like in the vehicles. I remember, I liked back then when a tech tree would have its own gimmick, like Germany having
Yeah,
bigger,
boom and
stronger,
zoom.
longer guns and really good,
Boom and zoom.
really good A, but complete garbage gas if you count out the guns, which I
Germany
found out
having
about
complete
later.
garbage cast? That doesn't sound right at all. The Stuka was the very invented the concept of the close air support.
Yeah, but then you had America, which had less heavy tank, but still they had really good cast with P-47s and stuff. But VA was kind of lacking, and I kind of like that. And you had Britain, which traded post-pen damage for penetration power.
They still have
And-
that.
Yeah, they still
I
have
have
I
a
mean,
that.
friend who
AP
played
now,
Britain, and that's
AP
like
now
the thing he
does
talks
work.
about.
AP does work now.
Dude, the couple times I've used the Firefly in other tech trees, like, yeah, you can pen anytime you shoot, but you're like, sometimes you don't kill a single crew member.
Yeah, no. I mean, you gotta hit
I've
ammo.
seen that.
You gotta hit ammo.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah, I'm
thing.
just not that good.
So yeah, and then they just started adding like good light tanks to Germany, and then which kind of ruined the whole ace in the hole they had of no good light tanks but better heavy and medium tanks. It just started getting like streamlined, and I'm kind of disappointed at that. I miss that. I don't know.
I just don't know why they add certain tanks to certain trees
I mean,
and not other ones. Like, why the fuck does a Poland tech tree not exist right now?
Well, why doesn't
There
a
are
Canadian
so
tech tree
many-
doesn't exist?
I mean,
That's a good point. But like, they've got so and
I'm
also
actually
and I
not
was talking about
interested in smaller tech trees.
I was thinking about the composite Sherman because that's my favorite tank of all time,
course
or the
it is.
composite Firefly specifically. It is, and I was thinking about the two composite Shermans that currently exist. You have the one in the regular M4 composite, which China has one and Italy has one, and then they gave the composite Firefly to Italy as well. What the what?
One thing that I'm very surprised about is that the
Italy?
French have the M4A4, the Chinese have the M4A4, but not the British. The Brits who were the number one users for the A4.
I guess maybe just because they converted so many of them to Fireflies, they were just like, you get the Firefly. It's basically that's what counts.
Yeah, I know, but like
they also didn't convert many
have
of
a
them
Sherman
to Fireflies. So
They have the Sherman 2.
yeah,
And like, why not?
but not.
Which street doesn't have a Sherman?
What?
I don't think there's a single.
Swedes.
The Swedes don't have a Sherman. Are
The
you
Swedes
sure?
don't have a Sherman.
I
100%.
don't think the Swedes have it. No, I don't think they do. Yeah.
Well,
No.
then they're the only ones.
Also, fun thing about the Sherman, the Firefly composite in the Italian tech tree, it is totally inaccurate. It has a ball machine gun, and
Yes, I noticed that.
try to
I
find
noticed that one time.
I thought it was like a small thing, you know. Oh, perhaps this specific variant. Still
Exactly.
had it.
Yeah.
No, not a single picture of an Italian Firefly has it.
Yeah, because if
couldn't
you're gonna
find a
put the
single one.
17 pounder in it, then you have to get the extra ammo stowage.
Yeah.
So you have to remove the
But
machine gun, no matter what model it is.
And also in the game, it is modeled with the ammo rack. But on top of that ammo rack, there's a machine gunner. It's
Yeah.
like spiked in.
Oh God.
It's so
Yeah,
funny.
that's funny. I remember seeing that, and I was just like, that. Yeah, it was. I had the exact same thing where I was like, oh, maybe it's just this, like, maybe they did their research and they found that Italy, because I had never heard of Italy having the composite Firefly. Like, maybe I just haven't done my research, but did Italy ever, like, maybe Britain
think
gave them
they did.
tanks, but did Italy get composite
Yeah,
Fireflies?
I wouldn't. It wouldn't
They
surprise me.
probably did at some point.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me, to be honest. What?
Still though, like, you give that shit to Poland. Poland, like, so famously had composite
I mean,
Fireflies. Do you?
just make what I would do is completely scrub the British texture and make a Commonwealth one for Australian, Canadian, Polish.
Yeah.
South
Well, they did, like,
African,
they made a
everything.
big hoopla about, like, the South American branch of Britain, which, again, they finally go like, okay, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Let's add some of the Commonwealth nations and not just Britain. Oh, what's the first one we should do? How about South Africa? Huh?
I mean, South Africa
What?
did have vehicles.
I mean, yeah, but
I would have thought
Canada,
the Canadians.
I mean,
yeah,
like,
I would have thought of the Canadians
Australia,
first.
New Zealand. I mean,
You can't just do that to the German mains. They see a Leo in another tech tree, they're just gonna scream, you know?
No, like
yeah.
we're not talking
Well, but
about
Poland
a
already,
Canadian.
there's already a Polish Leo in the German tech tree, so, like,
Yeah, I know, but like, let's say I'm not talking about a leopard. Like a leopard level, that's totally for the Germans. Let's say if you want to add the most beautiful MBT to have ever been built, the Leopard 2A6M Canadian.
yes.
Yeah, but you can't
Lightning.
just make a Commonwealth
No,
tree
that's
and
what
then
I'm
just
saying.
take the Commonwealth tanks and put them in other trees. That makes
No,
no sense.
that's what I'm saying. The let's
Well,
say
they've
the
already
leopard,
done that.
the leopard, the Canadian leopard would be in the German texture as like a premium because of course it would be a premium.
Yeah, but what about the Commonwealth top
Well,
tier event?
I'd say because we're not in the Commonwealth. Well, we're technically are. We technically are, but like I'm talking about more.
We kind of are.
You guys
older
are independent
designs.
now, aren't you?
Yeah, we're completely independent, but that's not the point.
Yeah, well, we're still like chill, you know, coming
Yeah.
by for a beer.
Technically, if the queen, technically, if the I think constitution, by constitution,
Wow.
if the queen decides to declare war and wants Canada to be here, we are obligated to go. From what I
Isn't that just NATO?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
No. It's really in the constitution. It's like that's why we still have the queen on money and everything. But the
Yeah.
point still stands.
There's definitely still a queen culture in Canada more so than there is.
Well, I mean,
in
we've got the Royal
America.
22nd Regiment.
The queen is great
Yeah.
when I want to pay $20 for something, and that's a bit.
Yeah.
That's about it.
But yeah, what I would
The
do
queen's
is
also
put, like,
great for
say,
memes.
Canadian vehicles from between the early 30s to the 50s. These were like from, let's say, I don't know, Ram 2 to Centurion, which were all British or American vehicles that were used by the Canadians.
Yeah.
These would be as a separate tech tree in a Commonwealth tech tree, kind of like South Africa.
And then you just
So you have a Commonwealth tech tree, but then there's
the-
all the different rows.
Yeah,
of
and
the
all
country.
different rows of Australian,
Yeah, but then
Canadian,
you just
South
That's a
African.
cut off,
compact, like, including Britain as well.
Yeah,
Or
of
is there
course.
a Britain tech tree and then a
No,
Commonwealth
no.
tech
Big
tree?
tech tree.
The Commonwealth.
Because the
would
British, you'd have to.
have
That's a
everything.
lot of vehicles to put into one tech tree.
I know, but like, man.
And you'd get
I would
all the
much rather
vehicles.
you have
There would
separate
not be a
countries.
reason to play anything else because you'd get Leos, Chieftains, Abrams from
Yeah,
the
exactly.
Australians.
That's why China has been a tech tree in War Thunder that I've actually been very, like, eager to, or I've been heavily considering getting into, because if you look at it, it's basically just the American and Russian tech tree smashed
I mean,
together,
yeah.
with a couple Chinese vehicles thrown in, until you
That's
get
kinda
later
why
in,
I'm
until you
against
get Cold
it.
War and after, and then they get their own stuff. But still, like, that seems pretty cool to have, like, a Sherman and a T-34 in the same lineup, and a Chaffee. Like, that's pretty fucking cool. And like an SU-85 or whatever, all in the same tech tree. Hell yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
If it was me, the Chinese tech tree would not have happened.
if it was
I mean,
for
yeah,
me,
obviously it seems like a very weird country to add when you have, Poland and so many other really good choices.
if
Can you
if-
imagine a 7 TP in the game?
Yes, I just want to. I
That
just
would
want
be
to. I just want the
useless.
7
That would
TP.
just be useless.
What do you mean?
Oh wait,
It
no,
would be
there's
so
a 7
cool.
TP.
Use all the time.
There's a 7 TP with a like actual cannon, doesn't it?
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah, there
okay.
definitely was. Are you thinking of the DW, the twin-turreted
Uh,
machine gun one?
yeah, I was just talking like to me a 7
Nah,
TP is just
there's
machine guns.
And
no,
then you
there's
just gotta get
definitely
a
a version with
TKS.
a single turret. You can put in the 10 TP, which was the Polish pursuing the Christie suspension, or it was basically Poland's attempt on a BT type tank. So you have the 10 TP, the 7 TP, and all of its variants, or many of its variants. You get the composite Firefly in there, 100%. M4A4s, sure. You could have a lot of German vehicles. Actually, no, you would have mostly Russian vehicles. You could have a Panther in that tree. You could have
What?
Udel,
Panther?
what I have a Lego of. Yeah, the
Oh
the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Polish from the Warsaw Uprising, that Panther that the Polish captured and put in their regiments.
Yeah, yeah.
You can have Polish R35s because they had some as well. You could put French tanks, you could put German and Russian tanks, and put American and British tanks. Poland would be a very, very interesting tech tree, I think. A very
More
interesting
than
tech, more
China.
so than fucking Israel. Why? Okay, you can
Yeah,
have Israel.
Israel
Sure,
sucks.
the
I don't want
Makerba,
Israel.
I
the
mean,
the
Israel is
Makerba and the
pretty.
Super Sherman are nice, but why would you? If you're gonna
They
sit here
have
and say,
pretty
what's the next one
unique.
to add?
They have pretty unique vehicles. They're M48 because that's the thing with Israel, which I'm really for the Israel tech tree because what Israel usually did is take something and they were never happy with it, so they keep modifying it. So you get the Magak, you get the modified M48s, you get the Merkava, you get the Super Shermans, you get two types of Super Shermans. You can even have different
Poland
horse
is still a
types.
better tree.
I mean, yeah, but
Israel has more unique vehicles than Poland.
you're gonna put in Israel
God, I'm gonna
over
kill you.
Poland or over
Poland, you
like
have the
other
7 TP.
choices, like.
You to death.
You have the 7 and the 10 TP.
Well,
And
then let's just add fucking Turkey because they modernized a bunch of M60s. Come on,
While
right?
the
That's the
M60
logic
is
we're
in the
using,
game.
huh?
The M60,
Well, yeah,
the
but
Turkish
let's put
M60
in the
is
Turkish
No,
variant.
but like
Oh, well, then let's just start
the
a whole
thing is
tech
that
tree around it.
Israel has so many highly and not just simply a bit modified, highly modified vehicles. They're much more unique than let's say
I guess I'm just tired of new
Sherman.
tech trees, honestly.
Honestly, same. Do you remember when you could just
I don't mind it too
have a
much.
game on I don't know Port Moresby with the Americans on one side and the Japanese on the other, and have your F6S fight a zero?
That's what I missed the most, but opposite, just kicking American ass in the zero.
Mhm.
Seriously, okay, can we talk about America versus Japan games?
I didn't really experience too many. Yeah, I came back to War Thunder after they were adding a lot of these. I mean, I do remember before they added like Sweden and stuff, but like, yeah, as far as my majority and recent memory of War Thunder has always been like, 12 countries on each team. So I
Because
can't really attest.
yeah, a game of zeros would usually go flying over, just starting, and then a solid 9 out of 10 people in the other team turn fight you and die. And then there's the one dude who's energy fighting who takes like 30 minutes to kill.
Yeah. But like, I just remember being able to actually take like a TBD or something with a torpedo, and actually being able to torpedo a carrier.
Torpedoes are irrelevant now.
They're fucking
in Air
stupid.
RB.
They're completely useless.
Unless you're playing naval, but anyways.
I get it. Torpedoes.
And everybody was like, "Oh, please, Gaiju Bulls, add the naval, add naval,
Gaiju Bulls.
Gajubilee Dunkers, add naval." The moment they do add naval, which is pretty well implemented, like their naval gameplay.
Okay,
is
the the coastal fleet is great. The blue water sucks, and that's the truth. You can't deny that.
I mean, I've never played the blue water one, so.
Good boy, don't.
But, like, jokes aside.
No.
Never.
This game.
Nothing we've ever said on this entire podcast has ever been serious.
You think
Not
this is
once.
a joke?
Yes.
It is kind of
As a matter of fact, I do. Because if this was serious, then, man,
we
have I
wouldn't
really
be getting
fucked
sidetracked
up.
so much.
Yeah, exactly. Well, just the things that I've already said. We've only filmed currently 3 episodes of this, and I've already said some horrific shit that should never have seen the light of day. So if any of that was real,
it's a good thing we're in the desert,
I fucked up. Yeah, it's a good thing we're in the middle of nowhere where no one can hear us.
But
yep, this will never be heard by anyone.
except
What?
for the voices in our heads.
Because as far as I know, there's like 19 views on this, so
Yeah, as far as I know.
what are they gonna do? Revolt? Ha!
Ha!
We have control. You're never gonna
Exactly.
hear these words.
For real though, what would you have done to modify War Thunder? What What's the
Oh,
one thing you would have done?
there's so much spaghetti
The
code that
one
I'd
thing,
probably have the
yeah,
whole thing rewritten.
I don't know
They
if I
need
can
to
do. I mean,
rebuild the
just
whole
one
thing.
thing.
Yeah, what I feel
Uh,
like what I would have done. The moment I saw that they added the first Abrams, I was like, this is going way too fucking far. This is
really?
getting out
And
of
then
hand.
you're screaming about V810. Oh, I
I
want to
don't.
get V810.
Well, I don't want to
You
get the
told me
A10.
that.
Everyone
Or
wanted
I
the
don't care.
A10. Everyone wanted the
I
Abrams.
no, but like
I'm
I
I'm
was
glad
seeing.
that they're doing modern vehicles. I'm actually quite happy with that. But obviously, I mean, I think
I-
as a business strategy, it's changed the way they approach the game and content and all that.
there's one
Yeah,
era
which is unfortunate.
there's one era that doesn't ask much modifications to the overall gameplay, that doesn't change the meta, that doesn't change the in-game balance, that's super interesting, that's
Oh
super
my
fun.
god, spit it out. What is it?
World War One. Fucking World
I
War One.
know, dude. That's what
No,
I've been saying
I don't
too.
care.
They
Fucking
need to add World War One
Newports,
tanks, bro.
Spads, fuckers,
I don't
DR1,
even care.
fucker
Dude, can
D7.
you imagine driving a
Fucking
fucking Mark V in War
it would.
Thunder?
I'm not too sure about tanks
That's
because
One
a Mark
shot by
5,
an
crazy.
A7V and it would be the end of it.
a Mark 7 goes
Yeah.
a Mark 5 goes at what top speed 7 kilometers an hour. It would be
Boo. I'm gonna
excruciating.
go make a. I'm gonna go
Small
make a
maps.
sandwich.
Small
Make
map,
small
but
maps.
like World War One aircrafts would be so fun. Just dogfight,
World War I
pure
aircrafts.
You can play World War
dogfight.
One aircraft. It would be the exact same thing as biplane fighting, and you know it.
And that's the most fun you have in this game. You
And go
cannot
play
fucking argue.
biplanes.
You're not gonna argue on this because we've
I
had
will argue,
multiple
actually.
games on biplanes, and that
There
was the
are
most
no.
fun. Oh my god, yes.
I'm pretty sure the Buffalo's a monoplane, but you know.
Yeah. Fuck you. Honestly,
And
World War One
nevertheless-
aircraft.
boy. I'm a little baby boy.
Yeah, he's a little baby boy who wants his World War One. I'm incapable of
I
understanding
mean, I just
how
I
fun
don't
zero is.
do
No,
I don't
for
do
real.
planes, so I'm all
Yeah,
on
well,
the tank side of things.
Screw your reels.
You
Your
just
reels
don't
are
like World War
unreal
One.
and
You
inexistent.
just don't like World War One, and you can't accept that it's one of the most interesting area of warfare in history.
Why don't you just go play Battlefield 1,
Soldier.
idiot?
Because
Yeah.
Battlefield One is
It's
stupid.
so accurate, bro.
Oh my god, you did not just say that.
I don't like Battlefield One.
We've
Okay,
had,
I'm staying out of
I
this.
think we've had
Kill
this
him.
conversation before, actually. No,
Yeah,
doubt.
yeah.
I've
we
never
did.
played Battlefield, but I'll let
It
you kill
doesn't-
him.
It's not realistic, sure, but it's probably one of the best historical shooters that's ever been made.
I mean,
period.
if you want a good World War One shooter, you can play Beyond the
Verdun.
Wire.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
thought you were gonna say
We're done
Verdun.
too. Verdun is.
Verdun
I enjoy
is fun.
Verdun.
Verdun
But-
is just fun to relax, sit down, and just mow people down with a BAR. Seriously,
Yeah,
I remember I was getting in the enemy trench with my BAR, and there was
That game
like
is not have amazing
It
sound
does
design.
like
That
some
game doesn't have
polish.
epic moments. That game doesn't have the history. That game doesn't have campaigns. That game doesn't have.
No, it
It's
doesn't.
it's
Oh.
Battlefield 1 may not be a realistic depiction of World War 1. No, it's definitely not. It's a Battlefield game, of course. But
Yeah.
it has so much heart and soul in it
Oh, well, you've
for
never.
just
It
a
does.
love of the
I'll give
history.
you that.
No, that yeah.
Like
I mean,
that is just
it does.
amazing.
It's just that I want to feel like I'm in the First World War. I want that feeling, and just
You
running
want that
around
stuck
and
in the
gunning
trenches.
around.
And
Yeah,
playing War Thunder, you're gonna get a feel of World War One.
I mean,
Are
with
you
aircraft,
stupid?
with
Are you
aircraft,
silly?
yes. Have you?
Nomad wants to be sitting in the trenches for hours at a time until he gets trench foot, and then the second he peeks his head up, he fucking dies. That's what That is Nomad's idea of like
No,
the
that
perfect
That is
World War
Nomad's
I
idea
game.
of the most interesting war
No,
of all time.
Yeah,
Let me finish this, okay?
No.
I'm getting emotional again.
I'll let you finish.
No, you're getting
Pause.
sidetracked.
Okay. Um, Beyond the
What was that
Wire.
laugh?
Beyond the Wire.
Yep.
The only reason why I do not play this game is because I suck. A shooter, I suck. Point. But
Yeah,
Get good.
it is the best
idiot.
World War
Skill
One.
issue.
It's for real. It is the best World War One experience you can have. You have the Lebel. You have all the real guns with all the real classes that you could have, with all the real equipments and all the real strategies of a World War One type theater. Okay,
Yeah,
it's you
it does seem like the best, like a
and
really good
at the start of the game, I
Beyond the Wire or
remember
World War
the
One game.
few times I played, we were all get in line with our our blue 1914 French uniforms, and the moment you hear, the whistle for charging,
Yeah, man.
everybody would charge at the enemy trench and get mowed down, and it
They
was
put out a tank teaser not too long ago.
really.
Yeah,
Oh my
Oh,
god!
then
on
settled.
the official
Screw War
Beyond the
Thunder.
Wire on
I
the official Beyond the Wire
all
YouTube
right.
channel, they
Well,
put
I
out
think
a
I'm gonna
20
go back. I'm gonna go back to Beyond the Wire then
they
because
put out
it's
a
so
30
much fun.
second clip that's just a tank driving through the mud.
Oh, it's so much fun. It's stupidly fun. This game. I just
It does,
bought.
yeah.
I,
So whatever footage I've seen of it does look really
it's
good.
Do
well,
you
it's
actually have
basically
to
postscriptum.
care? And do you actually, yeah, do you have to care like postscriptum about
Oh
orders and
yeah, of
stuff?
course. Well, not
Yeah,
necessarily orders because the
that's
game
kind
Is
is
of
it is it
that's
Rising
kind of a big
Storm?
thing with these
it's
games is
it's more
Is it
teamwork.
Rising
Rising
Storm.
Storm Vietnam
Is
or
it is it's I'd say it's like a mix between postscriptum and Rising Storm. It's like you can charge and be a headless chicken, but you're gonna get killed, or you can
that's
try
fun?
the real strategy and actually listen to your commander and everything, and do maneuvers and everything,
But
and
if people get the
actually live
choice,
well.
they'll choose the first option.
I mean, yeah, of course, like postscriptum. You can
No,
have games
not
where
really. You get more order in
yeah, I
postscriptum.
know, but the thing is that also I played the
Postscriptum
game
is
when it
fun.
I got the game when it was just released, so people were still just getting in line, charging, getting mowed down
Yeah.
because that's fucking World War One. But
The most authentic experience, truly.
my
It
only
feels like there's a good game for every era now. Versus Vietnam, versus War of Rights, if you like the Civil
yeah,
War.
I want to try that.
Versus
Hold fast, Nations at War. Did you see the World War One
that's the
update that came out for that?
finest experience for World War One. Hold fast,
Yeah,
smelling men and
But
whatnot.
also
that's a very cool update that
another
they did for
another
that game.
game for World War One experience is IL-2 Flying Circus. I know Felix
Oh
don't like
yeah.
World War One dogfights, but holy shit, is it fun to
I
Yeah,
mean,
just
I
those
kind of
seem
like
like
the
really fun
idea
because
of
that's the era of history when planes were like mere feet from each other,
yeah.
like at times. Like you
I'm
hear stories
I'm
of that
not
the
kidding.
pilots would shoot at each other with their
Yeah,
pistols.
yeah,
originally
that's what I like about those.
originally at the beginning of the war, the aircrafts were used for recon missions, and
And then they threw
they
bombs at people.
they
Yeah.
waved at each other, to say hi, I'm the British,
Yeah.
hi, I'm the German, and then one time somebody pulled a service revolver, and the time after somebody strapped a hunting rifle on the fucking aircraft, and then it became a machine gun, and then it became the most intense fucking dogfights you can have. And I
Yeah, I'm
remember
sure.
on
For
IL
crazy
two,
stories.
like, let's say I play a P-51 against a 109, Second World War. I'll start
Hmm.
firing at like 300 meters, where he's kind of close. I can see the details and everything, but he's still pretty far. My convergence for my machine guns on a World War One aircraft is under 100 meters. So
That's because you have to get good, really.
yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
get so close, and they can take so much damage. So you gotta aim for the engine, or I know it's
The
cruel,
pilot,
the pilot. You gotta go for the
Yeah.
pilot because breaking a wing is extremely hard, and usually will happen like you're gonna damage the wing a bit, and he's gonna pull too hard, and he's gonna break his wing. That's
I've heard that like when
That's funny.
if you're a
That's
pilot,
very
you want to
funny.
hit the plane, or if you're the you're trying to hit pilots when
Yeah.
you're in real life. Like fighter pilots nowadays are trained like to shoot for the pilot.
Well, no, they
That'll
shoot.
kill.
Well, I mean, today like you just make a single pass, a small burst, you can cut an aircraft in half because they guns
That's
shoot too
true.
fast. So you don't aim for the pilot anymore. You cannot aim for the pilot at the speeds, and also you're gonna
Well,
fire
then the
missiles
guy on
with-
Gameology lied to me.
I mean, yeah. If you want like some true
I don't
feel
think
for a dog,
game and real life fit.
yeah.
If you watch Gameology for real life stuff,
If you want
They're just entertaining.
if you want
They're
a true
pretty
feel for
entertaining.
a like gun close up dogfight with modern aircrafts, you can watch Growling Sidewinder, where he does dogfights on DCS, which are like study level simulators, and
Yeah.
the amount of time you have on target is ridiculously small. So
I'm
it's-
sure, yeah, because you're flying so fast.
Yeah.
Seems like machine guns, like on planes nowadays, are really, really
They're not
like,
machine
not
guns, they're
as
cannons.
useful as they used to be.
I mean,
Yeah,
I mean, They're
Oh,
there because
they're
you're.
designed to kill in a single pass because
Yeah,
it's about all
it's
you get.
yeah, that's literally it. Like I know the French have 230 mils, the Americans have the M61. Um,
The M61 is revolutionary,
no, the M61 is
honestly.
it's like how many rounds a minute? Like 3,000, something stupid like that.
A few.
Like holy shit, the M61 is such an amazing gun, and it's not too big. It's pretty compact too, and it's been
And I
on
still
Big
think
boy.
it's more important than that stupid GAU gun
the A10
the
as.
A10 uses.
Oh yeah,
The M61 is more relevant and important than the
I mean
GAU-30.
even
Is it? Is it a GAU-30?
I don't know. No,
Or
it's the
like
GAU
V8?
8. It's the GAU 8.
Yeah, it's V8.
Yeah, and I heard that the GAU 8 actually on the A10 is pretty irrelevant to this day because it cannot penetrate a modern tank.
Well,
It
I mean,
won't.
Yeah, the
V8 is
A10
just
is
an
actually like a hunk of
insurgent
junk.
killer.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's for technicals, it's for BMPs and
it's
everything.
to kill a Toyota with two 14.5s on it and nothing else.
Yeah, pretty much. It's
Which is why I fucking hate it, and I hate the hype over it in War Thunder. I
I mean,
don't care. It's a
it's
piece of junk that's
peop
that's flying 545 like kph IAS, and it's gonna be like,
from
and
from
then they're gonna get gunned down by shilkas, and then they'll cry, and it's gonna be funny.
from what I heard, people usually bought the package for one thing. It's the title. They bought it
The
for the.
bird.
Brrr.
I'm not paying
I
$60
know,
for a title,
I know, but
and
some
it's a
that's
stupid
what.
title joke that's gonna be like,
er,
it's gonna be dead in like 2 months.
But let's
it's
be real.
pretty overplayed, I think,
The,
too.
the
The whole
A10 is an
Bert
impressive
Yeah,
thing
it's
aircraft.
is
really overplayed.
Let's be
The
real.
bird, at this point, you find it in boomer memes.
yeah, literally,
That's a
yeah.
fact.
No,
I'm not paying
Yes.
$60 for a
it
boomer
is
meme.
it is a satisfying noise and it is an impressive aircraft, but it is an outdated aircraft that's
Yeah.
being
I
And
think it
replaced
besides,
rightly so by the F-35. And I'm
I
gonna
think it
get
was good
killed
for
in the
its
comment.
time, but
I'm gonna
nah,
get
no, kill me.
killed in
Go
the
ahead.
comment.
Try to kill me. Are you gonna kill me with your
No, no,
A10? Good luck.
no, no, no. I'm gonna get
I've got a
killed in the
guy with a
comment for
machine
saying
gun
this,
on it.
but the F-35 is a suitable replacement for the A-10, and it is a much better aircraft than
Well,
the
it
A-10.
is. It kind of is,
Like
there
yeah.
you go.
it's guns on to attack ground targets are completely irrelevant to this day. It's
Yeah.
And honestly,
to this
the
day you
A10
just
is
drop a bomb.
cringe.
No,
I
it is
think
a cool
you're
aircraft.
I think we've definitely seen a paradigm shift in the reputation of the A10. Like I've
Well,
been seeing a
people,
lot
yeah.
more videos nowadays that are like,
Yeah.
yeah, the A10 is actually not that good. Because
No,
I
it's
remember when it was like people were like, the A10 is
no
Bert gonna
because
go Bert.
it's
A10 is the best
it's
ground attack
usually
I
aircraft.
like
think you
It's
can
like,
appreciate an A10 if you're a soldier who's
on the
being
ground.
cornered by
yeah,
insurgents,
of course. And
and
those
you
are the
see
people who
these
sing its
coming,
highest
and that's where
praises.
Yeah.
yes, and then that kind of ended, so people are now giving it a fairer analysis.
And even
It did its job, but its job is no longer needed.
Yeah.
And it's cringe because the GSH 623M is a better gun, and I like it more. You see, V8 is all about being safe and stuff, but then you put a MiG-27, put a GSH 6 on it, and it disintegrates the aircraft. See, that's cool. That's funny.
That
But
is poggers.
that
And
is
that's why I
poggers
like it.
because they're stupid Russians too. But
Don't say it like that, Jesus. But
come on, we got to be controversial. We're already knee deep in hatred for VA10.
and
Yeah.
I did say that the F-35
We're
was a
already
better aircraft
smashing
than
it.
the A-10, which I'm gonna get lynched
What's
for.
what's
But
wrong with the F-35?
Because people, the F-35, like
It's a bit pricey, though.
no,
To be
no,
honest.
the aircraft itself is not that pricey. It is above average, but it's not too expensive.
We're
especially for the
America. We can
aircraft-
afford it.
for the aircraft you're getting. Which it is stealth, internal bomb bays, good armament, good everything, maneuverability. It's not an aircraft that's made to dogfight, really. It's
Isn't it also hover? Doesn't it have
yeah, the F-35.
Some versions
VTOL,
too.
sorry, VTOL, right?
Yeah, the V35, the F-35B is VTOL, and it's exclusively made for the Marines because they have smarter
Okay.
carriers. But the F-35, the problem with the entire how can I say this controversy around the F-35 is because the program cost went way overboard. with the cost.
Was
It costs
it was like
billion.
3 trillion?
Oh,
No, not
it's
trillions.
something. It's abominable the price that it costs. But to this
Which is
date,
funny.
producing an F-35, which is a very capable aircraft, which is super modern, which is a Gen 5, which is just an all-around amazing aircraft.
You
It's
saw
not
it
that
at
expensive.
Getzenor. You saw it
Yeah,
at Baggetville, and you're
yeah.
like,
Oh my
"Ugh."
god, bro! It changed my life.
Yeah, it did. I saw you. I witnessed this firsthand. I
Oh
was
man,
like, he's gonna talk to me about this someday, and I'm gonna have to avoid it. Anyways, see you guys.
you can't tell me it wasn't an impressive aircraft.
It was pretty cool.
It. What do you mean, pretty cool?
It was pretty
It's
cool.
all right. It was an aircraft for sure.
It
It would
doesn't
have
have a
like a
GSH-6 cannon that knocks out its fucking radio
it had
when
like
it
wings and
fires. You know,
stuff, you know.
it had wings and I
It
think
had
a
wings. It
funny
had a
hole with
thruster.
like
Yeah, it goes
behind it.
shoo. It go. Meow. It went a little like that.
Yeah,
I thought that was
it
pretty
was
cool.
great.
That was probably my favorite part about it. Actually, is when it did that.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, mine too.
But you know, we don't really know shit about the military because
Yeah.
that's all military shit, right? We're
I
just
just
a bunch
like
of
to laugh
stupid
at the
civilians.
funny bits. Yeah,
I
I just like to laugh at the
I actually don't know shit about it.
GSH-6, which destroys an airframe when it fires and knocks out
Yes.
radio.
So
And it was still a better gun than the GAU-8 in some ways. It fired faster and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Whoa! Hey, do you know how many rounds
It did.
a GAU 8 fires a minute?
no, actually, I don't.
Between
Go
3
ahead.
and 6,000 rounds a minute.
Oh really?
I can look it up.
Oh, that is just cute. Go ahead.
4,200.
me.
4,200.
Oh, that's cute. The
4,200
GSH-20,
rounds a minute.
the GSH-620 free fires 6,000 to 800, 8,000,
What the fuck is that gun?
It goes bird.
9,000, 9,000 to 10,000 alleged maximum. I think
That-
they had to reduce the RPM on it because it was destroying the plane when it was shooting, and that's funny.
Jesus Christ, that is.
And I
That
just
is
like how
funny. That is funny.
it's also very funny how they just took a MiG-23, realized it was garbage at cast, so they just gave it a flat nose instead. And people call it an alligator, something related to an alligator like TV show.
Isn't it the alligator, the SU-25?
No, well maybe, but they called the MiG-27 the Grace v alligator or something like that.
All right.
I still love how the Soviets just said, "Oh, you can't see too well down. Well, we'll just cut the nose then."
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that'll do it. We will just cut nose. It will be very easy for pilot to see through floor of plane if plane does not have floor.
We will put big gun on it, and if the radio cuts, we'll just fly back to base, Suka. I think it cut the
Suka.
entire avionics. I think all of them just cut. It's sometimes when it fired. That thing is such a.
Jesus.
I love the MiG-27.
Look,
I love that thing. It's such a stupid meme.
Yeah.
what do you mean plane shakes itself apart every time it fires?
What
This
is
is
the
not
rest
of
of plane?
concern.
Why is this just cockpit?
Where did wings go? And tail, and literally everything. I saw
Did
something
you
funny.
bring back cannon? It's what we care about.
Yeah, this is the most important part. Now I saw there was a funny thing that the Russian army is still very or was reliant on the U.S. GPS system.
Yeah.
I know.
So
Yeah, I heard that.
now,
I
like,
heard that.
So we cut them off, and now like none of their missiles work, none of their artillery can hit anything, and none of their planes work. Like it's just all complete. Like they're having to send each other messages on paper and like write
Yeah.
down coordinates and use physical
And
maps.
on
which
just
none of them
normal
have.
CVs,
Yeah.
when then the Ukrainians tune in and just kind of swear at them.
Yeah, Tsuga. Now I found that to be quite funny and quite interesting. That they didn't, take care of that before they did all this.
Oopsie doopsie.
Well, I
Not,
mean,
not to get too
I've
deep into
seen,
the
like-
topic, but like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
I've seen pictures of ERA packs on tanks being filled with cardboard
Yes.
instead of
Really?
ERA.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because all the funds went to some billionaire somewhere so he could buy a yacht.
You watched the same laser pig video I did, huh?
I did.
Yeah,
Laserpig is great.
I'll
a
have you
laser
know
pig
that-
is so good. It's incredible.
I'll have you know though. I'll have you know
We
that I
gotta
saw
get him on here.
I saw. Oh, that would be awesome. I saw that image of that cardboard ERA on Reddit before I saw that video. But yes,
Ooh, he saw it before it was cool.
yeah. Ever since in Laserpig's first in the first Russia video that he made, he mentioned that like one of the most credible sources he's found of this whole thing has been r/credible defense or non-credible defense, and I was like, oh, that's a subreddit, so I joined it, and now like I'm seeing so much on there, dude. Cope cages is becoming like an actual like.
Oh yeah.
People are actually saying it in real life.
Cope
cages.
Cope
Cope
Oh, yeah,
cage,
man.
yeah.
The Soviets the Russians at this point started putting top cages, like those
Yeah.
cages
Oh, yeah,
supposed
yeah,
to
yeah,
protect you against the heat,
yeah, against
and I think they're
the javelins.
supposed to protect them.
It's supposed to,
but
yeah, it's supposed to
I've
against javelins. Yeah, that's like the idea.
I've heard
And
a
it's
video
not-
that
it's
it
not
wasn't
working.
fully. Yeah, I've heard a thing that it wasn't supposed to only be about javelins and something else, but I forgot.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to have other purposes, but yeah, the
Honestly,
Also,
now-
Molotov
nowadays, anything
cocktails.
that
It's
marks
against also
Russians.
Molotov cocktails.
That's a good-
Yeah,
that's
but
a
fire would
decent
still pour
point.
down, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I know, but
And you don't aim for the top of a turret with a Molotov. You aim for
mean,
the
that's-
engine, anyways.
yeah, the engine deck. Yeah.
I mean, it depends if
Have
the
you
ashes
seen
are
that
open.
video? Have you seen that video of that transport? And it's a dude. We see it from a dude in the window holding a gun, and he sees like it's some kind of BTR with the doors open. And then we see him reaching down, and then he just throws a Molotov in the gates, and it just plays the Kirby enthusiasm.
No, I have not.
I'm gonna have to find that and give it to you. But since Paul's like, oh, we can't share things on the viewer because he's just watching.
We're
just
not allowed
hearing.
to pull. We're not allowed to pull photos out of our pockets anymore. We have
Oh,
to.
it's
keep
got to
them
be
in
only
there.
1 hour of podcast. We can't just like go over,
You guys are fucking assholes.
Hey, we're right.
No, Matt. I just don't like you, and I think it's time. I think we're having
think
an.
it's
We're,
time
I
for
think
the
it's.
Ed Big Fish podcast.
I think it's time that Big Fish and I went off and did our own podcast. I'm gonna tell him my real name first, and you'll never get to know
Ooh.
it. That's a big prestige.
Probably Ethan
and
or
honestly,
something.
we're just it's probably Ethan or something. No, I have a friend named Ethan.
No,
though,
no,
and I
no.
have a
You're.
cousin
I
named
bet.
Ethan.
I bet you're Alexander.
Oh, no, I
Take,
saw-
take,
Ale-
your,
Alexander.
take your
Correct, correct.
guesses. Go,
Alexander.
Go, go. No, that's actually
It's
my
gotta be s-
brother's middle name. Funny enough.
Ryan.
No,
You have the face of a Ryan.
thank you. No, I think the only person who I've ever told my name like that is Teabag, because he told me he sent a very heartfelt email about how much I've helped his competition, and he put his real name in the reply, and I was like, aw. So I sent him back a reply, and I put my real name at the bottom too.
I'm gonna contact that man. I gotta know. I need to know the answer.
It's not that big of a mystery, you know. It's just
I know, and I don't really care. But since you
it
do, it's
just
kind of
is-
funny.
It just is what it is. Yeah, I think it's funny, but
Nicholas.
you'll find out when I. No,
He's still
God,
going.
I hope not. God, I would not be here for much longer if my name
Jonathan.
was Nicholas. Jonathan? No, actually, my parents specifically named me what I am now because they didn't want to name me John because that was like the stupidest name. My dad's
Jack.
name is
Jack.
John. No, my name's not Jack.
Richard.
My dad's name is John, so my dad was like, and he hates it, so he was like, I didn't want to name you John because I hate the name
How about
John.
Jeremy?
Jeremy? No,
Jeremiah.
that's not. I don't think.
Ryan.
I said Ryan.
Oh no,
No.
honestly, I watched Jackass earlier, and I'm just listing up a name. Johnny.
It's not Jonathan. It's not Johnny. It's not Jackson or whatever else you guys said.
Ezekiel.
Ezekiel. Yep, that's my name. You got it, Ezekiel.
Let's go.
Robert.
That's not my
Healy.
name.
Robert.
My name is
Healy.
actually Caesar. Sorry guys.
Bullshit.
Caesar. Like the salad.
Yes, no, man. My name is fucking like the salad. Yeah, I was named after the salad actually.
Talking
Yeah, your
about
dad
salad,
just
what is-
really liked salad. I don't fucking like the name John, but you know what? What kind of salad I like? Yeah, I named it after you. You know,
What is the best salad kind? Though?
Caesar. It's
Caesar's
Caesar.
the only salad I've ever bothered.
Caesars
I've
are
ever
nothing.
bothered with.
I like potato salad. Potato salads are great. With like bacon and cheese. Oh, that's so
Honestly,
good.
like you won't understand. Well, you'll understand it. It's Caesar. It's either Caesar or my grandma makes some kind of salad. I don't know what she puts in it, but it's fucking great. I don't know what kind of
Uh,
dressing she
you
puts.
you guys like cooking? Well, I know Big Fish has a Fala cooking book. He's never opened, and he
I've
also
got
has.
two cooking. I've got Oh Cook by James May sitting here.
Really, James May has a cooking book. Oh, I guess
Yeah,
he,
oh,
yeah.
Oh
Cook.
Cook. He
I
made
mean,
a
he
whole
has
show
the
about it.
yeah, he has the cheese meme, so he cooks.
Cheese.
He has a cheese
Cheese.
so he cooks.
So in the 1970s, that's all.
Oh
I
no,
know.
spreadable butter invented in 1901.
Excuse me.
You guys
What?
have
Credible butter.
no spreadable butter.
That's just margarine.
Spreadable.
Well-
Who invented? Wait, I'm sorry. I'm not
No,
paying attention to what you're
you
saying.
guys have
Sorry.
never watched Food Tribe on YouTube,
Food tribe.
Not really, no.
and you guys call
I've
yourself
watched a bit
James
of
May
his Oh Cook.
aficionado.
I didn't call
Oh,
myself
you
a James May
gotta-
aficionado. I just now
literally
found
never
out he has a
called myself
cookbook.
that.
You fucking bitch.
Why?
Oh,
Why
you're
are
gonna
you acting like
cry.
this is
He's
some sort of
crying.
horrendous betrayal?
Seriously, we've been talking about military vehicles and planes disintegrating and virtual aircraft that
Now it's
cost
time to
60
talk
bucks.
about melting
But
cheese.
then Paul just stares at us. You don't know James May. This is an affront to God. Despite the fact that we've been talking semi-directly about Ukraine with cope cages and stuff.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, you don't know James May?
That's where we draw the line. That's
Yeah, we
where, and
draw
I
the
think the
line at James
commenters
May.
would agree.
Imagine not knowing.
And I
the
think
commenters-
I
Food
agree.
Tribe.
I know
No.
Food Tribe. I just have so many better things to do, such as Oh Cook.
And watching fucking Jackass.
Okay,
Me when.
listen here. You listen up.
I've
It's
never
a
seen
fine movie.
Jackass.
You should. If the stunts people, you'll be like, I can't believe they fucking did that.
What is the best
I
Jackass
can't
stunt?
believe they fucking did that.
Oh
What
my
is-
god, I don't know. There's
the,
one with
the Poo Machine Supreme or whatever it's called.
the
Poo
poo
cock-
shaker supreme.
The Poo Cocktail Supreme it's called.
The poop. Yeah,
The poo-
that was something. That was like.
Me when I poop cocktail supreme.
Oh, you have no
Oh, you
idea.
haven't seen. Oh man, should we spoil it? It's been.
No, no.
Okay, you said fuck you to people who. When I was concerned about spoiling people about Star Wars, you two said fuck you. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna say it. He puts two massive cranes, with elastics stuck on them.
Oh, is
and
this
then
wait?
he's-
And the porta potty, and he's in it, and
Yeah.
they fly it
Yeah, and
upwards.
he
and-
launches.
yeah, I've seen a clip of that.
It's so disgusting.
Yeah.
That is.
Apparently they couldn't. Health and safety said you can't fill that with human shit, so they put in dog shit instead. And then, despite the warnings,
As if it was
This-
better.
despite the warnings, I think some of the camera crew still gave some of their own excrement.
Oh goodness.
I've watched some stuff today, and Johnny Knoxville himself said it. So,
Wow.
Oh man.
but another one which I liked in Jackass 3D was the jet engine.
Oh yeah, the jet
Oh
engine.
my God.
That's so
I
funny.
think my favorite part of all Jackass forever, all of it, is when he throws the football in the exhaust and it just goes and it leaves into the stratosphere and then somebody just has to catch it. But there's also that time when Bam Margera's mom, the way they fuck with her is magical. They eventually just put an alligator
Yeah,
in
they
her,
put an alligator
her
in the
kitchen.
fucking house.
Yo, that's so awesome.
Oh no, honestly.
He cares,
Alligator,
guys.
alligator in the house. Yeah, I've just never been a
Straight.
fan of like the whole seeing people get hurt or
Yeah, you told us that.
Yeah, or
I think-
Jackass type stuff. It's just never really.
Where
like,
do you
hit me
even
in the-
find
in the
them?
note.
On Netflix or something?
Yeah, they're on Netflix, and they're making a new one. I think it's already out. It's
I've
in
heard of
cinemas.
Jackass 4.
It's in cinemas. And
You mean movie theaters?
oh, fucking movie cinemas. Fuck you.
Me when I go to a movie theater.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I had. That's all that joke
Yeah,
was. That's all that
that's the
joke
joke.
was. Yeah.
That's
Me when I
that's a joke.
ba-da-bum.
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah, it's
No,
hard
yeah,
to
but I
find a
enjoy
favorite.
cooking.
What?
I love
Oh yeah,
cooking.
after we talk about the poo cocktail, let's talk about cooking.
Yeah. Well, that's where this all started.
Okay,
We got
but, like,
sidetracked, but which we all
What
started.
is
We
your
were talking
favorite
about
dish?
Hey, we got sidetracked.
Big question. What is your favorite dish?
to cook or like
Uh,
in general.
In general.
Oh, okay. I
I
have a big thing to say about this. Yes. So
I'm
you
not sure.
know,
It's really if I go for it. Actually,
yeah,
you
you
have
know,
to go.
there's obviously there are like meals, right? Like there's
Yeah.
foods that just like always go together, right?
Yeah.
Like a cheeseburger, French fries, and a milkshake, and you
A
have
milkshake.
steak.
Nah,
You have
beer.
like steak, green beans, and mashed potatoes, right? You have
Yeah.
tacos, rice, and beans. Like there's always like things that go together.
Yeah.
The best combo that has ever existed and ever will is fucking fried chicken, mashed potatoes, and mac and cheese. That's the best.
I'm not American
That's
enough
on
to
my
Yeah.
fucking
No.
try that.
Honestly, yeah. I
That's
value my heart.
I've got to admit,
no
I
fucking
think
way,
Canadians
dude.
aren't strong on mac and cheese overall.
That's fucking
We
on
have
my
crab dinner.
deathbed, death row. What's your final meal?
You want to
Fried
be no, you
chicken,
want to be
green
like
bean,
in
or
your
sorry, fried
coffin.
chicken, mac and cheese,
You're
mashed potatoes.
sitting, you're in your coffin, and you want to be like covered in mac and cheese before we close it.
Yes. Bury me in mac and cheese. I mean, mac and cheese in of itself
A
is
well done
alright.
mac and cheese is amazing.
How do you
frankly.
Yes.
how
That's
do
one
you
of the.
make your mac and cheese?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't really make like a custom. I don't have like a custom recipe for mac and cheese. I haven't eaten it in forever. I just take like a box of Kraft mac and cheese and just kind of dress it up. My
I eat my nature, maybe with some pepper.
my culinary you could throw some fucking onion powder in there or some garlic powder.
Ooh.
I think onion powder is what I
was-
throw in. Do mac and cheese you throw in? No. All right. Well then let me tell you right now. Let me learn you something real quick. Get a bowl of just like Kraft mac and cheese.
Okay.
First of all, you're obviously you boil your water to cook the pasta. That's
Yeah,
just
and then
you know
put
how that
like,
works.
course.
the orange powder and everything.
Yes. Well, so it depends on which ones you get, but yeah, sure. The one that I would get was it's not a powdered cheese. It's like a thick. It's like Cheese Whiz, but it's like a thick thing that's like in a packet, and you open it and you just drop like a big
that sounds
clump of that cheese in there.
disgusting.
But in the hot pot, it melts and it gets like it gets a more smooth consistency. But add some milk to that to help that out. Throw some milk in there, and when you're mixing it all in. But add a little extra salt because a little bit of salt and everything helps a lot. Salt helps.
Okay.
Salt's most like the best
Yeah, I know.
thing with salt is that it
It-
brings other flavors out. So
Yeah.
even if you're not like expecting to taste salt in of itself, salt will help bring other flavors out. So throw a little bit of salt in there. Deck it with pepper. Deck it with red pepper flakes, and deck it with like onion powder.
Yeah.
Mix that geesh up, and you can serve that on top of something else. I've thrown that in chili, that type of mac and cheese in chili. I've thrown that type of shit. Like you can do fucking eat mac and cheese with like a grilled cheese. That's another good idea. Is put that into a grilled cheese.
Cheese.
Wow,
Yes.
thank you. My ears.
You can do that. Throw some hot sauce in there. Throw some breadcrumbs in there if you so desire. That's also perfectly viable. You can dress up. You can get a nice little. You can dress up a mac and cheese quite well with
Alright.
spices and such.
The way
I think if you
do
put
it,
in effort, you can modify stuff pretty well.
I mean,
Yeah.
the way I do it usually, I boil my pastas and everything, put that aside,
Cool.
and that I put them back with a good chunk of butter. I then put shredded cheese in it because shredded cheese just smells faster. And then you
Yeah.
add milk, and you just add milk until you have the right consistency. And it makes the best fucking mac and cheese in the world. You can add some like bacon in it. You can add bacon, you can add ham or small sausages. It's so good. It's
Mhm.
honestly so good. But
I think when it comes to Kraft mac and cheese, I just prefer mine as is, and then maybe some pepper on it.
Yeah,
I've
I
never
think,
been a fan of
say
pepper.
that.
I've never
I
been a
think
fan.
pepper's delicious.
I don't like pepper.
Pepper's great.
Pepper is a good. Okay, actually no. Hold on, I take that back. Pepper is a good additive. If you're adding pepper to like your mashed potatoes or something, and like all you can taste on the mashed potatoes is pepper, then like maybe back off a little bit. But No, yeah. I mean, I much more enjoy like making stuff from scratch. Modifying stuff used to be what I did when I was younger, but then now that I have my own place and we're buying our own groceries and stuff, I'm
Yeah.
loving. It's been such a fun journey to be able to like fully make my own stuff. I have my own recipes for a lot of stuff now. I have a really nice grilled cheese recipe that I love that's super easy to make, and then I have a breakfast crunch wrap supreme like copy that I've
Breakfast
made.
crunch wrap fucking supreme.
Honestly,
Do you guys know what a crunch wrap supreme is? You guys have Taco
I've
Bell in
tried
Canada,
one.
right?
No, we don't. No, we don't.
Oh,
But I've
really?
tried one.
Oh, hell yeah.
If-
Well, yeah.
It was ordinary, honestly. I don't know. It
Mine
didn't
are better.
resonate
The only thing about it that's like
for
that makes
sure.
it Crunchwrap Supreme is the tortilla and like the way it's folded and everything, and that's how you do it. And I saw a YouTube video way back on a guy who like taught you how to fold Crunchwrap Supremes if you so desired to do so. And then I came up with my own breakfast recipe. It's essentially you get breakfast sausage, like a tube of pork sausage.
Best sausages, by
Uh,
the way.
yes,
Wait,
you
wait,
can
wait,
cook
wait, wait.
that.
What?
You
Like
get
just a sausage in a tube?
yeah, like a pound
Let
of
him finish. What the
a
shit?
tubed.
No,
Like if you
I'm
all right.
confused.
Okay, well down here in all right, hold on. Maybe I have to send you a picture, but hold on.
Is it
Uh,
like the one that's rolled in like plastic?
no, not that. I'm
Or
talking about like
like a paste?
no. It's ground sausage, but it's like the way it's packaged is in like a tube, or not maybe
Oh
not
yeah,
tube, but it's in like a
yeah,
cylindrical
that's what I told you.
package.
Like it's rolled in
Oh.
And
a
plastic, you know?
Oh, okay, yes. Yes. You get like that. Like
Yeah.
a pound of like pork sausage, right? You get one of those. You cook that whole pound. And you don't let it, you're not making patties or anything. You're just making it into like ground, like
Yeah.
just sausage fluff, basically. And then you throw egg into that. So you crack like because it's a pound of sausage, then you crack like this makes like 6 or 7 of these Crunchwrap Supremes, by the way, and they're pretty big, so you can feed like this is for like feeding a whole fucking family, but you can
Okay.
or you can eat all of them yourself over the course of 2 days, like I do. But you can add in like 5 or 6 eggs, crack those in that pan, and let them cook. And then essentially you just make an omelet, or you make a scrambled egg. Sorry, you make a scrambled egg like you usually would. So if you want to throw cheese,
Okay.
if you want to throw salt, pepper, if you want to throw whatever ingredients that you could throw into a scrambled egg, do that. Because then essentially what you're doing is you're just making a scrambled egg, but you've also got that sausage in there. So you're making a scrambled egg infused with sausage, and you can add
Okay.
peppers, you can add spices, you can add whatever you want, however you would normally make. Like this is up to you. I personally throw for my recipe, I standardized throwing in diced yellow onion. I throw that in there usually, and that's a good like
Oh, well,
cheese,
yellow
salt,
onions?
pepper, and diced yellow onions.
Bro,
Yes.
you gotta go for
You could
red
throw green
onions.
onions. Oh, red onions.
Red onions.
Okay.
They're the best.
I
For
haven't tried it for this.
breakfast?
I haven't tried it for this
For
specific
breakfast,
recipe,
yeah.
but
You just cut it and you gotta cut it very thinly, and it's gotta be small
I'll be
cubes
honest.
that will caramelize. But
You guys are talking about food, but most of my self-making cooking recipes come from making some food in like college for myself when I was in dorms, and I think I made some stuff on purpose terrible, but
yeah.
like I still like I would make just wrap some chicken tenders, then make a burger with them, or
Oh
what
goodness,
the
yeah.
fuck is that?
That's peak. That's
that
peak,
is
man.
peak. Like I'm
That's
kind of
peak
poor.
creativity. That's what like that kind of shit taught me to get creative with food.
Yeah,
But
because
then
otherwise it's
now that
just
I can
tendies.
afford, yeah,
It's
but
just
now that I can
tenders, and you're like,
afford to now that I can afford to get my own ingredients, it's made it even more because now I have that creativity plus I can fuse it with actual cooking skills. But yeah, so
Oh,
you,
then.
you end up making essentially what for on the grand scale of this recipe, that's like your batter, right? Is like this egg, sausage, and this omelet, or sorry, I keep saying omelet. This scrambled egg infused with sausage, essentially, because since you're cracking those eggs into the same pan as your sausage, and you're cooking like
Yeah.
the yolk breaks and everything around all that ground sausage, it
But-
it infuses together. It's literally infused.
My mom showed me a trick for let's say you want to roast some potatoes in a pan to fry some potatoes in a pan or something.
Yeah.
And let's say you add bacon, let's say 2 days earlier. You keep the fat from the bacon in a small jar. You refrigerate it and you use it instead of butter. Just a small amount. So everything is all greased up and everything can fry properly. And it gives a bacon aroma to everything you cook it in. It's so good. It's unreal. It's unreal how good it is.
Okay, so we've been talking about good food and all, and I think it's
Wait.
clear that. Sorry.
I'm not done, idiot.
Go for it. I was
We keep
gonna
getting
keep going on food.
sidetracked.
I
You
was
just you
gonna get
okay, you
sidetracked
just
on food.
you take that batter and then you have tortillas, right? Like a round tortilla. And
Okay.
then you create a little dollop in the middle of sour cream, like a little like
Yeah.
you create a little spread in the middle of sour cream. Throw some cheese on that, like shredded cheese. Shredded cheddar is what I use. And then if you want, you can add some bacon to that at that point. And
Okay.
then you put that tortilla, you get a new pan and you heat it up. And then you get that tortilla and you place it on the pan. And then you get some of your filling and put that in there. So your egg and sausage and all that. And then you fold the tortilla up like a crunch wrap. So you end up with like this folded hexagon shape with the tortilla. And then you toast that on both sides so it becomes nice and stiff and crispy. And then that is a breakfast crunch wrap supreme. It's basically that.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a heart attack waiting to happen, but it's a good.
My-
It's even
Well,
although
it's
it's less of a
American.
heart attack than my grilled cheese recipe, but that's another story for another
My
day.
honestly.
Still, I think go
Yeah,
for it.
Go for it. Go for it.
Well, I was gonna sidetrack the subject. Maybe
Okay,
there's something to
okay.
end on.
Yeah.
So
well,
we've been talking about
what?
good food and all. I'm cutting you off. Screw you. I don't like you.
Fuck you
Um,
too.
It's not what the people. The people want misfortune because it's entertaining. So I've got to ask, what's the worst food you've ever made for yourself? The worst meal you've ever cooked?
Oh,
That's
that's a
very
good
good
like
question.
one that has
What
been
is
complete like
I
a
mean,
a
huge
complete
failure.
the thing is
disaster?
that
That was still edible.
a complete disaster that was because I've never when I cook I usually like when I cook something fast, which is usually where disaster happens, and I don't put any effort in it. That's usually where the food is bad. Um, how can I say this? The worst I've ever had really is like a bad craft dinner or just a bad spaghetti which was dry. Like
Okay, one thing
Yeah.
that's the worst.
I've
I've never had something so bad I would throw up.
It would definitely be one where like I got my ratio. It was the first time I was trying a new recipe and I got my ratios way off and like I
Yeah.
ate it and it was just like, oh fuck. Like I add like this is
I
way
I
too
remember
dry, way too salty,
I
way too
remember
something
trying to
together.
make bread once, and we didn't let the fuck what is it called the thing that makes the bread
Yeast rise?
yeah, the yeast, yeah, it didn't rise
Yeah.
enough, and we put it in the oven, and the inside was just not non
Like
cooked.
pure mush.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was just wasn't cooked, so it didn't work. And the second time I tried it, it went smoothly, perfectly, and we had some perfectly good bread.
Nice. Yeah,
Ah.
I've never made bread from scratch. I made my friend of mine a friend of mine and I made donuts once from scratch. That was
Yeah,
super fun. I actually want to do that again. We
yeah.
also made he came back another time and we made Hamburg steak. That was super fun. It could have turned out. I think we could have done better. I think it could have been a bit better, but it was pretty cool first time. For a first time try, it went quite well. And I would totally love to do it again someday. But yeah, I'm trying to think. It would have to be something that like I fucked it up. Like it was like it was horrible. Like I made it and it was complete
oh my god,
garbage.
I have one. I have
Probably one of the times when I was at like my peak of like mixing like just crazy shit. I loved this idea of breakfast mac and cheese
What the fuck
where
is wrong with you?
yeah, hey, I mean,
American. You can't just.
yeah, you could throw it. It was basically like mac and cheese mixed with because I mean the thinking is you put eggs on your sorry you put cheese in your eggs, right? You know, like you make a scrambled egg, you make an
Yeah, I
omelet, you put
mean,
cheese in it. So mac and
yeah.
cheese, right? Mac and cheese is basically just cheese but with a bit of mac in it, right? But so I would do my whole mac and cheese routine with the red pepper and the onions and everything, and it was a nice mac and cheese. And then I would also create like a scrambled egg on the side, and then dress that up with like onions and such. And then I would throw the two in a bowl together and mix it. And I think I think it was just disappointing. It wasn't bad, but I feel like maybe it was one of those things that I made for myself so often that I got sick of it. Because my lasting impression of that recipe is not good. But I
Honestly, I'm
tried all
not even
sorts of stuff.
hungry either.
I also
Just
was I
you
also
guys
was
have
pretty
been.
convinced. I was also pretty convinced for a time that I invented chili mac and cheese. I thought I was the first person in the world to put mac and cheese in chili, and I was like, I'm a genius. And then I was at the grocery store one day and I saw Campbell's had chili mac, and I was like, oh, damn.
Well,
Yeah, I was like, oh,
speaking of like
this is like a known
food,
thing.
I've seen. We've been talking about Kraft mac and cheese, and I saw once. You know those powder packets like cheese and stuff.
Yeah.
At my local grocery store, they have like different flavors, and I saw cotton candy for
For
mac and cheese.
for a mac and cheese pack?
Ew! What the
Yeah,
fuck? Yeah,
it was
yeah, I
pink.
remember.
It was
That's so
pink as pink.
bad.
But
Ew.
I
Why would you
wanted
want
to buy
sweet
it
mac
out
and
of
cheese in any way?
morbid curiosity, but I didn't. And there was also
Ah,
like poutine or something. It all looked disgusting, but I think
it's-
my bad meal story is better than all of yours because I'm kind of bad.
go for
What
it.
is that? Is that
Because of
fish?
course it was no, it was once again a college
Oh no,
story.
sorry. Nomad put a yeah. Sorry, Nomad posted a picture in the chat. The one thing that he
Yeah.
was telling
Uh,
us never to
Yeah,
do.
you know, huh? You know.
And it looks like what is that like
Yeah,
overcooked
that's
fish
no,
or
no, it's not
something?
overcooked. That's perfectly cooked fish. It's perfectly smoked
Oh,
and everything.
perfectly cooked
That
fish.
looked
Okay,
like
smoked fish.
jerky.
Yummy.
It looks
Yeah, I thought
awesome.
it. Yeah, I thought it was beef jerky for a second.
That's
But
not perfectly cooked
Nah,
fish.
bro. That's
Nomad, do you
perfectly
even
smoked.
fish, bro?
That is perfectly
Still,
smoked.
both of you, I don't care.
Do you even
So
smoke, bro?
I had a friend, which well, we were in college, we were super poor, and that guy was only feeding himself with instant ramen noodles. Except he wanted to put some pep into it, so he would discard the seasoning package and put his own things into it.
Okay.
And I ended up inheriting his seasoning packets. And
Okay.
it's one evening, you know, and the fridge is barren. It's a wasteland.
Okay.
And I check my drawer. Seriously. And something's alive at the end of it. I don't want to touch it. I think it ate my candy or something. And so I check my like pantry and stuff, and I see a bit of pasta, rigatoni to be exact, and then I see the pack of ramen seasoning. I'm like, oh, fine, I'm gonna try it. But I really overestimated the power of a microwave that day because I put some rigatoni in a sandwich plastic box with water and seasoning in it,
Yeah.
and I set that to cook.
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
Oh my god! And then I open it, and obviously the rigatoni is not even close to done. So I put it back again. I think I ended up using at least 30 to 40 minutes of microwaving, and then I pull it out. It wasn't even close. Like, you know, that point where you can actually start tasting it, and when you know that point where you're cooking and you taste the noodle and you can tell like you're not stupid enough to think, nah, I can't describe it. It was just mushy, but still way undercooked that point. And I was like, all right, fine. And I ate that day. And it was feral.
It was
It
just
was,
a failure on every level.
I'm sure it's tasted worse than the iguana you've had recently.
Yeah, I mean, when you're just wafting it down in one swallow, you don't really get a chance to taste it.
Yeah. Hey,
So,
speaking of iguana, it feels like I've popped back into the real, totally real canonical world we're in right now.
The
yeah,
canonical world.
we're here in the
Yeah.
desert. It's
Yep.
now
I've snapped back to reality. The voices are gone.
Watch
snap
your
back.
profanity
Watch your profanity.
Okay, I'm sorry.
inside our galaxy.
A new reality. Oh, wait, we already rhymed reality. Fuck.
I gotta find a rhyme.
I think
I had a close proximity.
you want to find a rhyme, but I don't think it's the time. Roses are red, violets are blue. It's time to maybe stop this podcast for today. Thank you. Thanks to all of you.
Well, you actually would have had it if you stopped at thank you. You actually would have had it.
Roses
Yeah.
are red,
Roses
violets are
are
blue.
yeah, roses are red, violets are blue. It's time to end the podcast. Thank you.
Holy
Thanks to all
shit!
of you. I prefer. Thanks to all of you. I prefer.
Oh, thanks to
No,
all of you.
thanks to all of you, I prefer doesn't rhyme. It needs to be thanks to all of you, not thanks to all of you, I prefer.
Roses are red, violets are blue. Nomad prods should sometime be quiet. Anyways, it's
I hate
actually
'em.
violets are violets. Fuck.
You fucked it up, you idiot.
I fucked it up. I think it's time. I think I drank too much coolant.
Anyway, yeah, you guys have a
I
good
think
one.
it's about to end it. Thank you
Yeah.
for listening to
I got chili
more of
cooking.
our garbage.
Right.
You got chili cooking? Give me that.
Yeah, I've had chili cooking this whole time.
In the tank, of course.
In the tank, yeah, I'm using
With
the
the broken
engine
balls.
that's been. I'm using the engine that's been set ablaze.
Turns out there's
To,
just a pack of MRE behind, MREs
Yeah,
and stuff.
making the chili. Yeah, I've leaned it up against a rock
Of
or
course,
something, and now
Yeah,
it's
of course you
cooking.
ate all of them, so that still doesn't change anything.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
But yeah, I'm gonna thank our listeners for listening to more of our garbage.
Mm-hmm.
We're
So
just
we're gonna thank our
hallucinating.
patrons today. Anyway, that was
Nobody.
our Patreons.
Look, whatever you say, Grandpa. Let's get to bed.
Fuck you.
Come this way. Come this way, Grandpa.
But yeah, thanks to all of you. It was another experience, if I want to be polite. And
What does that mean?
I don't know what it means. What does it mean, Nomad?
Fuck you.
Yeah, that's what it means. Wait, is it what it means?
End the goddamn podcast.
End it, please. This is agony.
Why are we the
I
ones
thought you were
begging to
doing
end
it.
it?
Anyway, bye bye.
I've done it twice.